something you won't have to deal with, but something you might have to deal with if you're a woman. Something I had to deal with. I just turned 48, and the last 6 months or so, all of a sudden my skin has had cystic acne show up. One will show up, and then the other one comes in right on the heels of it, or while the other one's still there. And I actually used to have this probably 35 years ago, but I haven't had it since. I've been very fortunate to have decent skin. I use all natural stuff. I try to eat healthy and whatnot. I went to a dermatologist, and the dermatologist told me that it's probably because of perimenopause and hormonal changes. And also, as we get older, sometime in the 40s, our skin cells stop dividing as rapidly. So while the hormonal changes are going on inside, side note, I'm not a doctor or a dietitian or a nutritionist or anything. I'm just sharing what I've learned, and I hope that helps you, because it's definitely helped me. And I kind of wish someone would have told me 6 months ago. Okay. Your skin cells stop dividing as quickly as you get older. And at the same time, when you're going through perimenopause towards menopause, your hormones are raging one day and then nothing the next, and then they're kind of stabilizing out and they're going to reduce, and your estrogen is going to reduce. So what's happening then is there's all sorts of stuff going on underneath, but the skin cells aren't replicating and leaving as quickly, so things get a little plugged up more, and you'll start getting these deep cystic acne, especially in the hormonal area around the chin. So I went to the dermatologist, and she told me that there is something absolutely wonderful called Tretinoin that I think I've heard of before, but not really. It's available only by prescription, but it's, if you're over the age of 25, it's not covered under insurance. It's considered cosmetic. And I asked, because I mean, I'm sure she gets this all the time, but I thought, but you can't get it at a cosmetic counter. No. You have to get it by prescription. Yes. Acne is a medical condition. Yes, under 25. Millions of women get hormonal perimenopausal cystic acne. Yes. But it's not covered under prescription. No. The cost for a little tube of this, you have to pay cash for, because it's considered cosmetic, is about $200. That's kind of a lot. I don't know what the supply was, even I don't know if it was 1 month or 3 months, but that's kind of a lot, especially that it is a medical condition. I mean, the good news is, if you're only getting it from hormonal reasons, then it'll go away as your hormones level out and drop off. But in the meantime, she'd asked me if I ever had any prescription acne medication before, and I did 35 years ago, or whenever it was. And I said it was called Differin. And she said, oh, that's also a retinoid. What a retinoid is, it's a very active form of retinol. And basically what that does is it encourages your skin cells to divide faster and faster. Kind of then like your skin was doing already 10 years ago. And maybe that's why it's considered cosmetic, because another side effect of it is it reduces wrinkles. So that Tretinoin stuff, $200, I was like, well, I'm not really going to get that then, because it seems kind of excessive. But I just had a hunch to, she didn't mention it, but I had a hunch to Google that stuff that I used to use, because she didn't mention it. You know, I thought about it after. The stuff that I used to use called Differin gel, 30 years ago, it was only prescription. Now, you don't need a prescription for it. Now, it looks like a big box. When you open it up, literally a tiny little tube, it's a half an ounce. But you only need, this is for a month's supply. And I got mine on Amazon, and it was $12.88 for a month. A lot better than $200. What Differin is, it's also a retinoid. It's not the same as Tretinoin. It's milder. It's called adapalene gel. And with it being milder, you won't have as much redness or drying. You won't have the sun sensitivity. Personally, I think it's better. So I got a tube of it, and I did the little pea-size amount. And my skin, I started it earlier this week. And my skin definitely, the first day, was a lot more dry than I'm used to it being. And so I'm doing it in the morning, just putting on the little pea size amount and putting on a little bit of makeup if I go out somewhere while my skin is healing. You can't see them, maybe you can, but I have some spots right now. But within 2 or 3 days, it says it's supposed to be 14 weeks, give it 8 to 14 weeks or something, but within a couple days, it's already almost gone, the stuff I was having a problem with. So I'm still going to use it. I think I might end up switching to, instead of every morning, I might end up doing it every couple days, and then using a better moisturizer, non-comedogenic, non-pore blocking moisturizer as a night cream so that I don't get so much dryness. And then also with the skin cells replicating a lot faster, there's going to be some flakiness, but you don't want to use a major exfoliant because your skin is going to be a lot more sensitive because it's a lot fresher, baby skin. So I've just been using I haven't even used any scrub. I have microfiber washcloths, and I've just kind of been using that around the areas that are flaking more. And also I've got this little patch of pieces because I was looking for something that would purify the surface. So the one I looked at, this is a sampler of all their natural soaps. And the one I was looking at was the clarifying charcoal because it has lemongrass and peppermint. But then I was thinking lemongrass might be a little strong. So I ended up using out of this for my face. You get one of each and, decent size, especially for a facial soap. But I ended up using on my face this sea salt kelp and lathered up, wash my face, especially the spots, and then just leave it on. It has a real nice thick lather, almost like a face mask, and leave it on for about a minute or so, and it hasn't been irritating at all. I was thinking maybe the lemongrass in the clarifying charcoal, that would be a little bit too much, but I wanted something natural, and I think the sea salt is helping as well as the kelp. So I would recommend that. I got mine at Whole Foods. It was on sale for $7 and something. I think $7.19 for the whole box, but I did see online because of shipping, because it's a little heavier. I don't even know what it weighs. I can't read. It says 7 ounce. So I guess there's 7 1-ounce soaps. I math. But I guess because it's a little heavier and they have to pay for shipping, I saw it online for in and around $14.99. If you wanted to just get the 1 bar, I don't know how much those are, but they do full-size bars as well with just 1 bar. So you might be able to find that somewhere. Or I think any sea salt or maybe charcoal without so much essential oil or something to keep the surface area a little more sterile and purified while you're going through it. But I wanted to tell you about that. Oh, and also the makeups that I use that work really well and they don't clog your skin. And I've been using it for ages. You see there, the label's worn off. So I can tell you what they are. But this one, Clinique Advanced Concealer Camouflage Extreme, is phenomenal. And this is my second little tube in like 10 years. And I know you're supposed to get rid of makeup after a while, but literally you use such a tiny, tiny little amount and it's like spackle. It will cover up the spots. And then overall, I use the IT Cosmetics CC Your Skin But Better Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. And I really love it. And you only need, again, a pea-size amount. You can see my label's worn off, and I don't even use it. I don't use a lot, but just a little pea-size amount, and your skin will, you get through it. It was not a nice thing that right when I start doing videos, all of a sudden I have these big cysts showing up on my face, these big red cysts. And I got one here, and it looked like I had some kind of crazy lip injection. Like my top lip swelled up so much. It was horrible. But these things, as well as, I am grateful for the dermatologist that she told me what was available and what wasn't. And I totally wouldn't have remembered the different stuff without having that conversation. And I mean, at the time, I think I thought it was an acne medication. I didn't realize what it was actually doing. The retinoid, making the skin cells divide faster so that nothing really gets plugged up. I didn't know any of that. Now I know it all. So I'm grateful for the whole deal. And yeah, just for these two, well, for this one, it's only, I said $12 and it was $12.88 for a whole month. So if it's something, especially if it's something that maybe you want to spend the $200 on the Tretinoin, or maybe that's a little bit too strong. But if it's something that's something you wouldn't even be able to afford, this has helped me tremendously. There's been I looked in the reviews on it, and a couple people said, don't get this, it'll ruin your skin. And the show was like super red and flaky. I think they have real sensitive skin, so every person's going to be different. And I would probably say if you're going to try it and you've never tried something before, then just try one tiny little area first for a couple days and make sure you don't have some kind of big bad reaction to it. But other than that, I think it'll be very helpful. Hope this video has helped you. Thank you so much for being here and have a wonderful day.